And it's what we regard as the beating heart of the Ninja. So 2016 Ninja, this is at the very core of the new machine. World Superbike influence. You'll see on these slides throughout the presentation, usually up in the top corner, the SBK logo. Dorna very kindly let's use that in this presentation. Those are the elements of the bike which have been developed directly by the racing team in the white heat of competition of World Superbike. And you'll see that logo many times. Many facets of the new machine have been developed in the pit lane of World Superbikes. So-called fly-by-wire technology. More precise control of the intake air is possible using electronic throttle valves. It's important for the electronic rider aids that you'll see explained later on, but also the general function of this powerful engine. So electronic throttle bodies for 2016. The air cleaner box. Everybody says one of the things that engines thrive on is not just fuel, but air. As much air as you can get into the engine as possible is as the most desirable thing. It's 10 litres, the air box now. It was 8 litres. So it's increased, 25% volume increase of the air box. The air cleaner itself is 1.6 times larger. You can see in this graphic here, the white outline is the current air cleaner size, and the green outline is the new air cleaner. Not only is it larger, but because of the surface area, there's 40% less air resistance. So the air can get into the airbox much faster. Clutch. You'll recall that Tom made a specific request for a lighter primary gear, and this has been delivered. So the primary gear is thinner, reduced weight, 984 grams down to 673 for improved response. And the back torque limiter, the slipper clutch, remains standard fitment. There's a quick shifter for 2016, so you don't have to back off the throttle when you're changing up. Upshifts for the standard road bike, but if you fit the kit ECU, then for race bike, it's also possible to do downshifts using the quick shifter. Let's have a look at the driving force comparison. You can see with changes to some of the gear ratios, the driving force is very much more increased in that low to mid-range area. Especially you can see in second gear, much more increased driving force, the red trace of the 2016 model. It benefits most gears throughout the range. Even sixth gear, you can see the driving force is much greater for 2016. Small innovation, but as people like Marcel say, bit by bit by bit, you increase the performance of the bike. This is something that the World Superbike team discovered for efficiency and performance. So now, instead of the water going straight round the oil cooler and back, the water is passed through the radiator for more cooling and more efficiency. So the pipe layout has been revised for increased cooling performance of the oil. Electronics. So for 2016, the Ninja ZX-10R comes equipped as standard with an IMU, an inertial measurement unit. I think you've seen that on some other motorcycles in the past. Ours is different in the way that it operates and performs. So it looks at things like pitch, roll and yaw. So pitch, perhaps when you're wheeling or accelerating, roll, bank angle, and yaw, the attitude of the bike in this direction. It assesses all those and many other things through sensors on the bike. And the electronic rider aids are also enhanced by a sixth axis. So 5 axes in the IMU, which is a proprietary Bosch fitment, but the 6th axis is in the ECU. So in the ECU, the Kawasaki part is the 6th axis, some of our unique software. Electronic rider aids, Kawasaki traction control, 3 modes. Each mode has 3 levels of intrusion, and at the top end, on full power, there are 2 more modes. There are Italian Brembo brakes. The front master cylinder is also Brembo, and the size of the brake disc rotor has increased to 330 millimeters, also a Brembo component. What does this deliver? What does this high quality braking package deliver? Stronger initial bite, a more direct feeling. The radial pump master cylinder, every master cylinder is checked at the Brembo factory for idle stroke. Cornering management. That was on one of the earlier slides, and we haven't really spoken about it too much since then. So it's using feedback from that 5-axis IMU, which we said was mounted on the back of the airbox, but also KHI's original software program, adding that 6th element of control. It controls the hydraulic brake pressure dispensed based on the bike's attitude in a corner. What does that mean? It means that normally there is a tendency, when you go around a corner and you brake, there's a tendency for the bike to start to try and sit up, and you start to describe a different corner than the one that you intended. With the cornering management system, riders are able to trace their intended line while slowing down.